Hey Trina, I looked into the live stuff. So we talked about yesterday that it's a new feature, so it actually has to be applied for, and it says it's 1 to 2 weeks for approval, and that they notify you via email if you're approved. If you're not approved, they just don't get back to you. So I had a look. So there's a couple things. One is you need to use a third party tool for the broadcasting. So there's a list of third party tools that we can use, and they are, let's see, I think I put the link here in the email. Third party broadcasting tools are here. So they're saying that a lot of them have free trials, so we could do free trials once we get approved and see which one we like the best. So there's a couple of nuances if we do get approved and figure this out, which I'm sure it'll be easy to set up, and they have a tutorial that we can dig around for when it's time. And then a couple of nuanced things. So the video has to be at least 15 minutes long. It says no live stream shorter than 10 to 15 minutes, which should be fine because I would think if we're hosting a panel, we're going to be much longer. The other thing, I'm going to include this best practice thing so you can have a look too, I thought. So it was, they have a list of like ideas and stuff in here, like an Ask Me Anything, an office day, interviewing influencers. I mean, it would be kind of cool like if we interviewed I know they don't want to do this, but the composers, I love that idea. Maybe for Andy, a good idea for him. Let's see. It was down here. Okay, here's some examples that you can actually click on and see what people are doing. But one of the things they talked about was to consider series-based content. So maybe this is something we do once a quarter or once a month, where we have these lives. They also suggest having several people to help with the live. So one person is moderating the comments and stuff because they're getting quite a bit of engagement. So you'd have the person talking, probably the person videoing, and then the person actually monitoring the live. So you're going to have to test all this. I'm assuming, I guess 2 people, because he could, whatever the broadcasting tool is, they can, see it in front of them, and then one person moderating the comments, which I'm assuming, I could do from, or we could do from remote, right? So before streaming, obviously, you just want to connect the internet, make sure internet. Here was the thing I was talking about, getting the right people in a room. Most organizations will want a minimum of 2 people on hand to facilitate the live stream, 1 person to operate the camera, and 1 person to moderate the conversation, meaning answer the comments, and then 15 minutes. Obviously promote, we already know that. So I thought I think that's basically the nuts and bolts of it. And we can kind of dig into some of these, the videos and stuff. Best practices on videos when we get to that. I don't know that we'd be ready to do this like like in a week or so, but if we get approved, I mean, I guess we could. If we get approved within the next week or 2, then we could make it live and then sign up for the tools. But I would think this is probably a couple week project to get going, so it might be best to start with like a Zoom or something like that, and then move into LinkedIn Live, because I actually think this is a really good idea to get the word out, because the live videos do have good interaction. So anyways, let me know if this makes sense. All right.